Welcome back, everybody. We are picking up a flight. I think we're going to be starting a slightly new world tour. I kind of got some inspiration for a different route entirely. We're starting over here, leaving from O'Hare. Let's see here. Alright. So let's just pre-flight the plane here. We're taking off in the Pilatus PC-24. Chocks, pitot covers. Let's have a look at the wings. Everything's looking happy. Check the deflection here. Alright, that's looking good too. Whoa, let's not look at the ground now. Wheels, landing gear, tires. Can't really see the brakes all that well because they're kind of inboard of the wheels, but they look good. Cargo door is closed. Engine cover. Take that off, have a look in there. Yeah, there's an engine. That big thing up there looks good. That thingy there, that's the doohickey majigamabob thingamawhat's it up there. Check our flappy flaps. They're glowing blue. I'm not sure if that's a good sign or not. Ailerons, free movement, static wicks are all there. There's no icing or frost or anything on the aircraft. All our static ports look good. AOA stuff looks good. There's no loose latches. Landing gear and tires, all that stuff look good. Now let's see it bean us on the head with the door. Oh no, we could stand to the side. That's kind of nice. Alright, so here we are in the Pilatus PC-24. This is a native 2024 aircraft. So it's not entirely in depth like some aircraft may be. But it's a fun aircraft to fly. Actually, it's one of the biggest reasons why I picked up 2024 was because of the PC-24 and the PC-12 NGX with the newer avionics. But anyway, let's go through here. We check pilots, aileron, right tire, flaps, engine covers, rudder, elevator, left flap, left tire, left aileron. Pre-flight was completed. Parking brake is set. Battery switches can come on. Battery 1, battery 2. Let's go down to FMS here. I think that's 5, 4. It's 4. Okay, cool. So, we're going to have a look at our FMS. We do not have our flight plan currently entered. So,
TAS system test. Okay.
Yay. TAS system test. Okay. So it looks like we do have a basic flight plan, which is not the one that is currently. As planned. Okay, let's try it again. Load from web. Here we go. That is what I want. Send to ATC and avionics. We can activate that. Transition levels, VREF 102. Now, unfortunately, this is not modeled like the actual Honeywell avionics. For your takeoff here, you would be able to basically switch over to a manual input, where you're going to be able to enter your runway, all that type of stuff. It's going to allow you to calculate v-speeds, and then it's going to give you a similar window to this, but it's going to give you a anticipated runway usage, which is kind of nice, mainly because, well, it's really nice to know that the capabilities of the aircraft, right? But I do believe that if we check out our flight performance, we can calculate it here. So our takeoff, or we're going to do flaps 15. With our current fuel weights and everything else, the ground level is 1,732 feet, and we should reach takeoff speed and be taken off the ground at 2957. So within 3,000 feet, which is kind of on the numbers for the PC-24. We can also check out the landing. We're going to go to Buffalo Niagara International. Flaps, we're full flaps, so we're going to come in slow because why not? Looking to come to a stop in 2235. Again, kind of well within the numbers. That's taking meets our data from the sim currently. So even though it's not in here, it is in your EFB, which is kind of nice. Okay, oops, I didn't want to do that. All right, let's reset our view here. And we're going to need a radio. We're going to get some ATIS information because we need our altimeter setting. Looks like we got light snow.
1900 Zulu. Wind 294 at 7. Visibility 7. Sky condition. Ceiling 1800 broken. Temperature -3. Dew point -6. Altimeter tree 007. ILS runway 27 right. ILS runway 27 left. ILS runway 28 center. ILS runway 28 right. ILS runway 28 left and ILS runway 27 center in use. Landing and departing runway 27 right, runway 27 left, runway 28 center, runway 28 right, runway 28 left and runway 27 center. VFR aircraft say direction of flight.
Okay. Well, we got our barrel. Right now we're anticipating runway 28 right for departure, but obviously that's going to be dependent upon a few things here. Now, let's get rid of that. Now, there we go. Will it allow me to do the reversionary? I don't believe it will. No. Okay. So normally you would be checking your fuel quantity. Currently, I cannot do that because I do not have power to get my other MFD on. So we're going to go to our engine start procedure. We're going to get our nav lights on. We're going to strobe beacons already on. Let's get our nav and logo lights on. Oxygen can push on. There we go. Beacons on. Power levers are currently at idle. Engine master. We're going to go right side first. So we're going to run. And we're going to hit start. And we're going to watch our right engine come online. And with the PC-24, it doesn't have an APU because it is designed to use the right engine in like a low power mode as your actual APU. So here we go. Right engine is at start. Yep, we're at idle. Good stuff. And 2's slowly coming up here. Oil pressure. That appears to be a hung start. That's interesting. I've never had that one happen before. Definitely not running. Let's try that procedure again. We're going to go to run. We're going to hit start. Well, that seems a little buggy. Let's try the left. And 2's coming up. Looks like a proper start on left. Starter's engaging. Ignition's on. What in the world? Interesting. And even my controls are being a little funky currently.
Clearance delivery, United 881 ready to copy IFR clearance to Tokyo.
United 881 is cleared to Tokyo Airport. As filed, runway 28 right. Climb and maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 40010 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 133.625. Squawk 0142.
Do not
Clear
have
to Tokyo is
enough.
filed, runway 28 right. Climb and maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 40010 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 126.625. Squawk 0142. United 881.
United 881, read back correct. Contact ground on 121.75. Good day.
Alright, well, we're going to run through this again as if things were working correctly.
TAWS
Clearance
system
delivery, Brickyard
test.
Tree 5255
Okay.
IFR to Syracuse. Ready to copy. Brickyard Tree 525.
Okay. Let's try this all again. There we go. Battery 1, battery 2. Starters are already on. That's not ideal.
TAWS system test. Okay.
Clearance delivery, SkyWest 5558 IFR to Indianapolis, ready to copy.
SkyWest 5558 is cleared to Indianapolis Airport. As filed, runway 28 right. Climb and maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 36010 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 133.625. squawk 0505.
Well, we got hung starts on both from the looks of it.
Clear to Indianapolis. As filed. Runway 28 right. Climb and maintain
We're inside the
5,000.
engine.
Expect flight level tree. 6010 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 126.625. Squawk 0505. SkyWest 5558.
SkyWest 5558.
That's a bad start on
Correct.
both.
Contact ground on
But it will not let me
118.05.
disengage the
Good
starters.
day.
So we're going to go to off on both. And it is still on start. Well, this is a first for me. Can't actually shut off the fuel. Huh. Okay. Well, we're going to have to end the flight. And let's run it through right from the world map, I guess. Let's load our EFB. We're going to go to our flight plan. We're going to import from web, the same one we just had in there. Perhaps that was the issue. Send to ATC and avionics. We are going to change our departure. Parking, I think we were somewhere like 30. We'll go with this. And we're going to load in. Let's try that one more time. See if this is going to be more friendly this go around. Alright. Let's give her a go again. We haven't iced up yet. Do a nice quick walk around. Mission covers. Cargo door. Rudder. Elevator. Tires. Brakes. Flaps. Moving on. Static wicks looks good. The wings look clean. Away. All our ports are good. Okay. We're gonna hop back in. Let's turn that off. And let's give this another go. So we've done our pre-flights. We're going to get our battery 1 and battery 2 to come on. All right. Thrust levers are in idle. Flap speed breaker up and not armed. We're gonna tune
TAS
in
system
our
test. Okay.
barometrics. Cool. Initial cruise altitude 200 for 250. Fuel weight 1 passenger 150. Cargo 150. There's some bags in there. Okay, cool. Our V speed's in there. Transition altitudes 18,000. All this is looking good. I want to get our synthetic vision on because I prefer that. All right. Everything is where it needs to be before we start. So we're going nav lights on, beacon lights on, right engine to run, and push the start button. Starter's on, ignition's on, fuel flow is increasing, induced climbing, ITT is good. Okay, that's a good start. So no hung start, watching for a hot start. Watching our ITT climb. Ignition is off. Start is still engaged. Looks like a 525 was our peak ITT. Alright, start is off. Oil pressure, oil temperature. Everything's looking happy there. So now we can get the right side generator to on. That'll get us some stuff in here. Alright, one thing we need to do. I wanted more fuel. Oops. Fuel and payload, configure. Give me all the pounds. Load it into the aircraft. Load immediately. There we go. Checklists. Okay, we've got all that is good. Altimeter, fuel quantity, passenger signs. We don't have any passengers. I just have a co-pilot, but we're going to throw them on anyhow. And we're going to go for a right engine start now. We're going to run, start, come back down. Starter's coming on, N2's spinning up. Starter's engaged, ignition's engaged, ITT increasing. So no hung start, looking for a hot start. Ignition's off. I believe we had 525 area on the right. We've got, looks like 545 on the left is peak ITT. We'll see our N2 come up to about 50 some odd percent and starter will disengage. Good start on number 2. Perfect. Let's get our right generator to come on as well. Go. Perfect. Avionics is set. We're going to go flaps 15 takeoff. We're going to go about 3.5 degrees. Nose up. Trim. Battery's good. Cabin altitude. Let's get some windshield heat. We need bleeder to come on, so we stop freezing in here. And go. So we're going to start quickly see that rise in here. Auto, descent. Everything's looking good here. Do wish we had the capability to use this here, but we cannot. That's okay. Alright, last thing I want to check before I start rolling is my controls. Let's do one. There it is. Okay, that'll work. Close that up. Flight controls, avionics, doors, left engine start. Cool. Okay. Before takeoff, actually, let's contact clearance. We're going to request our IFR clearance.
Clearance delivery. Pilatus
And I'm not going to lie, for
Foxtrot,
this one I'm
Tango
probably
Mike
going
Oscar
to
Ray.
use
Copy IFR clearance to Buffalo.
the
Pilatus Charlie Fox
taxi
Tango
ribbon.
Mike Oscar is cleared to Buffalo Airport as filed. Runway 28 right. Climb and maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 250 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 128.575. Squawk 2241.
Squawk 2241.
Clear to Buffalo as filed. Runway 28 right. Climb and maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 250 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 128.575. Squawk 2241. Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot Tango Mike Oscar.
Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar. Read back correct. Contact ground on 121.9er. Good day.
Let's get 1219. We're going to request our taxi.
O'Hare ground. Pilatus Charlie
Foxtrot Tango Mike Oscar. Taxi to and hold short of runway 28 right. Using taxiway Zulu 1 Quebec, 1 Quebec, Charlie Charlie cross runway. 28 center, Charlie Charlie Papa Papa 6 Papa Yankee. Tower on 127.925. When ready.
Taxiing. Hold short runway 28 right using taxiway Zulu 1 Quebec, 1 Quebec, Charlie Charlie cross runway. 28 center, Charlie Charlie Papa Papa 6 Papa Yankee. Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar.
That was an alphabet vomit. But I just want to have a look here. I think it's Alt 4 or Alt 3. Alt 3.
O'Hare ground. Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar.
Oops. No. Dang it.
Pilatus Tango.
And that's keyboard shortcuts not working for you. Okay. Anyhow, we're gonna wing it. So I'm going to where might it be? No, let's, I do not recall. Let's pause real quick. I'm going to go to settings. I believe it's assistance. I don't want any of those auto rudder stuff. Taxi ribbon is on. Okay. Well, I want to do this. And let's also bring up our charts real quick. And we're going to so we are parked. Let's have a look here. Okay, I want the, I believe Back to south chart. That's better. Oops. We're heading to 28 right. Okay. And get rid of that. Turn the weather radar off so we can actually see on our tablet here. So we're in a taxi, out cross, down Papa Papa all the way to 28 right. Cool. All right. Let's get going here. No takeoff. No takeoff. Interesting. Why does it not want me to take off? We'll have a look at the hold short. Got two good engines. Got our initial altitude selected. All right. Yeah, we'll look. 10 Charlie. Anybody coming in? No. Let's cross. Okay. And we're basically taxiing down the full length of the runway here. Nav lights, oxygen beacon, power levers are on, idle, engine master, flaps, trims, light controls, avionics, doors, the engine, before takeoff, brakes test, flight instruments, gas, away, lights, checklist complete. So I'm about to try to taxi through me.
Envoy Tree 461, hold position. Caution the departing Boeing 737. Envoy Tree 461, continue taxi.
I'm gonna hold up behind plane here. Interesting. Everything's where it should be. It's an interesting gotta sit here and wait. Hurry up and wait, right? I think we're gonna be some naughty Pilatus pilots. We're gonna go around this 737. So we need to taxi to the end. And
Hold short runway 28 right. United 881.
Envoy Tree 842, altimeter Tree 007. Cleared for takeoff, runway 28 right. American 28 Tree, 2 contact Chicago departure on 128.575. Good day.
O'Hare Tower. United 881 at runway 28. Right ready for departure. IFR to Tokyo.
United 881, hold short runway 28 right. Traffic is Embraer E1.
126.625 for American Tree. 126.625, American Tree 2 Tree.
Cleared for takeoff runway 28. Cleared for takeoff runway 28 right. Envoy Tree 842. 28 right, United 881. O'Hare Tower, United 881 at runway 28. Right ready for departure. IFR to Tokyo.
Well, sounds like we're going to have to ignore.
American 2832, did you copy?
Okay, there, what?
O'Hare Tower, United 50 tree ready for departure. Runway 28 right, IFR to Fort Lauderdale.
United 50 tree, hold short, runway 28 right. Traffic is Embraer E170 on short final.
Request a VFR departure,
United
apparently.
50 tree, altimeter tree 007. Cleared for takeoff, runway 28 right. Envoy tree 842, contact Chicago departure on 126.625. Good day.
Cleared for takeoff runway 28 right, United 50 tree.
O'Hare Tower, Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot, Tango Mike Oscar ready at
Wrong
runway
one.
28 right, east departure.
Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot, Tango Mike Oscar, hold short, runway 28 right. Traffic is Boeing 737 on the runway.
Holding
Hold
short to it, but
runway 28 right, Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar.
O'Hare Tower, United 2137 ready for IFR departure. Runway 28 right.
United 21 tree, 7 hold short, runway 28 right. Traffic is Boeing 737 on the runway. Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot, Tango Mike Oscar, line up and wait.
line up and wait.
Line up
Tango
and
Mike
wait.
Oscar.
Pilatus Tango
Hold
Mike
short
Oscar.
runway 28 right. United 2137.
United 21 tree 7, altimeter tree 007. Cleared for takeoff, runway 28 right. United 50 tree, contact Chicago departure on 126.625. Good day. Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot, Tango Mike Oscar. Altimeter tree 007, departure to the east approved. Cleared for takeoff, runway 28 right.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 28 right. Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar.
Cleared for
No
takeoff,
idea why we're
runway
getting a
28
no
right.
takeoff.
United 2137.
Oh,
United 50 tree. Did you
oof,
copy?
that was rough. Gear coming up.
Pilatus Tango
Bob's
Mike
coming up.
Oscar. Continue for east departure.
Going to 1.
Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar. Leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
O'Hare Tower, Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot, Tango Mike Oscar. Frequency change.
O'Hare Tower, United 268 tree, ready for departure. Runway 28 right, IFR to Lindbergh. United 268 tree, altimeter tree 007. Cleared for takeoff, runway 28 right.
O'Hare Tower, Etihad 10 at runway 28 right ready for departure. IFR to Abu Dhabi.
Etihad 10, hold short, runway 28 right. Traffic is Boeing 737 on the runway.
Chicago approach. Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot,
Go.
Tango Mike Oscar. 3 miles southeast of 2 Tree India Lima. 5,000. Request IFR to Buffalo. Ready to copy.
Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot Tango Mike Oscar is cleared to Buffalo Airport as filed. Squawk 2241.
2241.
Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot Tango Mike Oscar cleared to Buffalo Airport as filed. Squawk 2241.
Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar, read back correct. Radar contact 5,000. Altimeter tree 007 continue to DUFEE following heading 085. Resume on navigation. Climb and maintain flight level 250. Expect flight level 250.
Continue to DUFEE following heading 085. Proceed on course. Climb and maintain flight level 250. Expect flight level 250. Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar.
Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar contact Chicago departure on 128.575. Good day.
Zero beacon. 12875.
128.575. Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar.
All right. And we're up. Cleared the clouds and the rain and the snow. Nice. Head for flight level 250. So this, I don't know what to call it. I guess I'm kind of thinking I'm starting the world tour over again. Departing from O'Hare, and kind of going backwards. The reason why I've done this is because I didn't really think about my flight plan so much. Check altitude constraint. Yeah, good. I did not really check my kind of intended route when I first left. So I'm kind of in a position where I'm on the other flight. I'm currently sitting in Australia, which I do like being there, but unfortunately the flight plan through Australia, without having kind of destinations in mind and without kind of thinking it, I've actually started to backtrack through Australia. So my intent here is to just kind of start fresh with something that is already fully planned. So the multiple legs and everything else, and then we're good to go. But bear with me here 1 second. All right. Let's bring up my stream manager here in case anybody hops on to say hello. But everything's looking good. We can set our barrel to standard. So you're above the 18,000, headed to 25,000 feet. What's our fuel flow here? Oh, the sun's really in the way, eh? £3,300 an hour in this climb. That's intense. But here we go. 2300. What is that out there? Huh. It's a tear in the time continuum or something of that nature. Space-time continuum. Oh, hello there. All right. Everything's looking good. Alright, we're leveling off. Power's going to start coming back here. So you don't need that climb power. We reached our 25,000 foot altitude. So now we are in cruise. What we got here? Out. Cross. Discontinuity. Alright. I'll have a look at that when that comes. But let's check in here. To Chicago Center.
Chicago Center, Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot, Tango Mike Oscar, flight level 250.
Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot Tango Mike Oscar, Chicago Center, radar contact, continue to Echo Lima X-ray.
Yes, sir. We are continuing to Echo Lima X-ray. So this is our flight path here. So we're heading back, or I guess more along the from the Great Lakes here. It's kind of right down on underneath Canada. Canada's all up there. I think what's going to end up happening is we're going to do this little hop up here, up to here, and then we're going to over to Europe. Should be interesting. And to be fair, I've gone with a pre-developed flight plan. Should be pretty good. Just set our heading here. Looks like we got a bit of a 54 knot crosswind, 57 knot tailwind. We're getting 352 knots across the ground. That's pretty good. Cruise speed, we're looking for 280. Not quite sure why we haven't switched to 280, but I'm going to leave it until we hit this next waypoint. And if we're not showing a auto throttle speed of 280, then we're going to increase it manually. There we are. Let's see. All right. All right. So we got estimated 57 minutes remaining in the flight. 3,800 pounds of fuel should remain. So we're going to make a slight right. Got no cast messages. All happy down here. Oh, there's a push. Here, a little gusty. There you go. It's powering back some. That's good. We had a real high fuel burn there for a minute. I wanna Push radio. There we go. Let's set our minimums. 300. Although, our charts. And let's have our destination. Airport. Let's get back to the map real quick. Yeah, okay, so it is not going to our predetermined speed, so let's give her some beans.
Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar, contact Chicago Center on 134.15. Good day.
134.15, good day.
Going to 134.15. Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar.
Should have gone the other way for that, but that's okay.
Chicago Center, Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot, Tango Mike Oscar, flight level 250. Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot, Tango Mike Oscar, Chicago Center, radar contact, continue to HAAKK.
So they've got us up there. Alright. We've manually adjusted our speed to 280 knots, which is, what is it, Mach point...
Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar, contact Chicago Center on
0.73.
127.55. Good day. 127.55 for Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar. Chicago Center, Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot, Tango Mike Oscar, flight level 250.
Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot Tango Mike Oscar, Chicago Center, radar contact, continue to HAAKK.
There we go. 280, roughly. And we're going to power back a little. There we go. There we go. Sitting here, cruising above the clouds. Everything's looking good. Pretty heavy fuel flow, but to be expected with the speed. Plenty of fuel, but also at this high rate of speed we're down to 38 minutes, and we're going to use an additional 200 pounds of fuel to drop off nearly 15 minutes of time in the air. So it's obviously trade. You can go slower, but who wants to go slow? You're in a jet. Jets go fast.
level tree 0. Etihad 10, Chicago Center. Radar contact. Continue. Etihad 10, climb and maintain flight level tree 0.
Climb and maintain flight level tree 0. Etihad 10.
Like 15 nautical miles. Got no planes in front of us. Oops. There we go. Looking good. Synthetic vision.
Etihad 10, climb and maintain flight level tree 0. Climb and maintain flight level tree 0. Etihad 10. Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar contact Cleveland Center on 120.45. Good day.
120.45. Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar. Cleveland Center, Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot, Tango Mike Oscar.
A little bit of icing right on the edge of the windshield there.
Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot, Tango Mike Oscar, Cleveland Center, radar contact, continue to DOXXY.
Continuing to DOXXY. Nice. So in Sim, it's a bit easier on the PC-12 and PC-24. I find, anyway, if you're trying to keep kind of a view of what's going on out here, to tune your radios right here. However, it is much faster to key it in here, and you can control all your radios, your comm and nav radio, as well as your transponder from right down here. On the older PC-24s in the fleet, this looked like a Garmin touchpad, or yeah, I guess what you'd see in G6 SR22s. A lot of other piston-powered GAs use that little keyboard. I apologize if that is getting picked up, the squeaker. My dog has decided he wants to consume his toy. All right. Well, looks like we have a little bit of a view down there. It's neat looking cloud formations. Some ground. The Earth does exist down there. Maybe we should pop out of the plane here and have a quick look. Bear with me, this usually gets a little loud. There you go. Something to, gotta get that thumbnail, right? Gotta get that thumbnail. 33 minutes remaining. Burning 2,200 pounds on the nose an hour.
Cleveland Center, Endeavour 4971 is at flight level tree 50, climbing flight level tree 50.
Endeavour 4971, Cleveland Center, radar contact, continue.
Alright. What is our approach going to look like here? Runway 23, ILS 23, RNAV minimum. Let's have a look. It's 5, 4, it's 4. Okay. ILS or localizer 23. Approach frequencies. DME required. GPS required. ADF required for localizer only. So our initial fix is at Trava, 4,000 feet. That looks like a standard 3-degree glide slope. Cool beans, cool beans. I do believe curious what this discontinuity is.
Pilatus Tango, Mike Oscar contact, Cleveland Center on 126.75. Good day.
So we can do it right down here.
Pilatus Tango, Mike Oscar.
126.75. Swap. Oops, that was the wrong one. Go. Enter. There we go. Accept. And then swap. Right? And oops, wrong button.
Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot, Tango Mike Oscar, Cleveland Center, radar contact, continue to SOSIC.
Oh, well,
Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar contact, Cleveland Center on 119.905. Good day.
Going to 119.905. Pilatus Tango, Mike Oscar. Cleveland Center, Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot, Tango Mike Oscar, flight level 250. Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot, Tango Mike Oscar, Cleveland Center, radar contact, continue to SOSIC.
all right. Continuing to SOSIC, and we've already got our approach RNAV 23s in here. CKK. See now this. Let's have a look at this on our tablet here. EFB. So I don't understand this discontinuity. Charts. So this shouldn't exist. Right. Yeah. Okay, we got that out of the way. Not sure what the discontinuity is. I know that the flight plan is actually prepared through SimBrief. They do offer a SimBrief flight plan. So if I'm looking at that, yeah, do not know. Do not know why that's in there. DOBIE to DKK. I guess the that's in there. No, that's all correct. Yeah, so top of descent. Yeah, all right. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So those are approach plates. And then once we touch down, we can have a look at that. Oh, I always get that one wrong. So we're landing on 2-3. I'm imagining we will likely get off at Alpha 5. Touchdown. Alpha 5 or Delta. Really depends where we're going to park, I suppose.
American 1111, maintain present altitude.
11111. 11. Good.
Maintain present altitude, American 1111.
1111.
Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar contact Cleveland Center on 127.7. Good day.
1277, good day.
127.7. Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar. Cleveland Center, Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot Tango Mike Oscar. Flight level 250. Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot Tango Mike Oscar. Cleveland Center, radar contact, continue to TAVR.
It's whatever. 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 Let's see what's happening in the news. Norway completes its first electric aviation test project. Huh. Yeah, looks like a picked up a follower. Around the world, I am currently expecting, I believe it's about 80 legs. Let me double check here. This is just leg one, so there's a couple to go. Yeah, total number of legs for this round the world tour, we're looking at 80. So it's gonna be a long flight, or a long few flights. There's a few in there. Most of them I'm trying to keep a bit shorter. I was doing a round the world tour where it kind of got to the point where the average flight was getting two plus hours per flight, which can get a bit much to sit there and watch for some.
Oscar contact Cleveland Center on 127.3. Good day.
Yeah, the whole trip is planned.
Going to 127.3. Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar.
Which is kind of, I really like plans, and the fact that I kind of started a world tour without a plan, a solid plan anyway. So it caused me a bit of grief because I ended up going places that I didn't want to go.
Charlie Foxtrot Tango Mike Oscar. Flight level 250. Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot Tango Mike Oscar. Cleveland Center. Radar contact. Continue to TEVR.
Well, this way, with everything planned out, it should be enjoyable. The second leg will be going from Kilo Bravo Uniform Foxtrot to Kilo Golf Foxtrot Lima. It's only 226 nautical miles, so that one will be a pretty short trip. I haven't decided if I'm going to do it all in one aircraft, or if I'm going to switch it up here and there. I'm guessing I'm probably going to switch it up.
Contact center on 132.25. Good day.
Yeah, having a plan in place is always a good thing.
Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar, please acknowledge. Going to 132.25. Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar. Center, Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot Tango Mike Oscar. Flight level 250.
Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot Tango Mike Oscar. Center, radar contact, continue to TEVR.
It should say whatever, but okay. Yeah, the changing things up, it keeps it fresh for me. Let's see, am I going to Norway? I do believe I will end up going through Norway. Yeah, we'll go United States, Canada, Greenland, Faroe Island, Iceland, Denmark, UK, France, Switzerland, Australia, Croatia, Hungary, Turkey, Iraq, Iran, UAE, Pakistan, India, Nepal, Bhutan, Vietnam, China, Macau, Japan, Russia, Alaska, Taiwan, South Korea. So I know for sure I'm hitting up all of those. I expect I'll kind of deviate at some point and kind of check things out, just for fun. But one thing I love about the Pilatus aircraft is just the runways you could get into. You can plan for landing at runways that, you know, if I was to fly, say, the Citation 10, which I absolutely love, you have to plan for some pretty significant runway lengths. Otherwise, you're going to end up rolling right off the end. So I like the PC-24 is probably, if I could only have one jet, that's probably the one in real life that I would go for. Makes sense where I live. The PC-12's also fantastic. I hope that at some point in the probably distant future that either Asobo or Microsoft or a third-party developer brings the new PC-12 Pro model to the sim. Then you've got the Garmin G3000 Touch avionics in that one, which, as much as the Honeywell stuff works, I definitely prefer Garmin avionics to Honeywell stuff, but that's just because I have used that in the real world, so I'm used to how it all works, even though it's not perfectly modeled in the sim. But this should make for a fun flight. The only problem with the Pilatus stuff is you do have some longer flight times due to the slower speeds. Like we're cruising at 280 knots or Mach 0.67, and in the citation at this altitude we could be doing, Mach 0.89, Mach 0.9. Oh yeah. What do you usually fly in the sim? Yeah, I mean that's kind of real life flying. That is. That's where I started flying when I actually got my PPL and everything. I spent a lot of time in the 172, and yeah, no, they're good for learning all the basics. Everything happens a little slower, which gives you time. When you first start at it, doesn't feel like it's going slower though. I'll tell you that. I remember my first couple flights going, oh my gosh, how in the world do guys in airliners and fast jets stay on top of things? But once you get the hang of it, it's got a flow to it, so it makes it easier. Yeah, there's lots to learn. I think that's kind of the biggest complaint I hear from people in the simulator, is that even though there's tutorials on how to do some pretty basic stuff, it really doesn't go in depth into how a lot of it works. So people seem to get a little frustrated with it. I have been flying, I guess it's since 2020. I'm a bit old. Well, I don't know. I guess it depends what you consider old. I'm 40. And I've always wanted to fly. I never really considered it as a career. I never thought it was even achievable. I wanted to fly fighter jets, because who doesn't? But turns out I never thought that was a possibility. I never thought I could ever fly a plane. I thought it was going to be super expensive, just kind of something unachievable. But then I got older, married, and kids, and I decided to kind of look into it, and sure enough, it's not as unattainable as I thought it was. Maybe when I was younger, but a bit more disposable income now, so I was able to kind of pick up flying and got my PPL, and a few other ratings, but yeah, it's been about five and a bit years now.
Good day.
Going to 1 tree, 5 decimal tree, Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar. Toronto Center, Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot Tango Mike Oscar, flight level 250.
Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot Tango Mike Oscar, Toronto Center. Radar contact. Continue to DOBIE.
Continue to DOBIE. Yes, master. DOBIE. Yeah, no, if you ever get the chance to, I highly recommend it, even if it's not something that you're gonna, follow through to become an airline pilot or whatever. Just doing discovery flights. Yeah, my eyesight as well. I didn't know I had bad eyes until I went to do all my medical stuff, and I went for class 1 medical because I wanted to see, what if I went through all this flight training and then I wanted to become a pilot for, a charter operation or airlines or something. So I did the whole class 1 medical and passed everything, but in the process I went and did an eye exam, found out I needed glasses, and went and picked them up, and yeah, they allow you to fly with glasses. I'm not sure how the military works it, but I'm up in Canada, so I think they're kind of starving for people to come and fly or fight or do whatever. So I imagine they'd probably take me if they were needing people. But I never liked the idea of having to drop a bomb or shoot somebody. I just like the fast jets. Guns and missiles look cool. I just don't want to actually hurt anybody. What do we got? Who's that over there? That's the first person I've seen in this entire flight. $20 nautical miles, and they're how much higher than 21,000 feet above me? Okay, and they're coming down. There they are. Yeah, the Top Gun, man. That stuff just looked like fun, just messing about in planes and having fun. Shooting people, not so much. Already disappeared. Oh, I was there for a split second. Going a heck of a lot faster than I am. Let's run to the back. Yeah, we're not going to see it. Too bad. But, yeah, I mean, as a kid growing up, always wanted to do the fighter jet thing, but that kind of meant that all the general aviation and flying Cessnas and stuff was never something I was interested in. Then I got old and decided I didn't want to hurt anybody, and it'd be kind of fun to do, so went and did the Discovery flight, and that was pretty amazing. Discovery flight turned into lesson 1. As I told my CFI, I said, hey, yeah, this is definitely something I want to do, and he took me out, and that was day 1, lesson 1. And it just kind of went from there. I know it's getting way more expensive with the dollar and exchange rates and cost of fuel and all that kind of stuff, but if you ever get the opportunity, definitely check it out. Definitely give it a try. I know a lot of flight schools do the discovery flights, usually a half hour or an hour flight, and yeah, it's kind of cool. It's very cool. Definitely do it. And one day I would hope through my work that I may be able to make aviation a possibility for myself. Even if I'm not getting paid. it would be more fun. Yeah, if you get a chance, man, do it. Definitely do it. What do I do for work? I own, or partially own, a motorcycle parts distribution company. So I have a lot of freedom of time. Money is there most of the time, but my wife, she works in insurance, and she's pretty high up there in her company. So we're able to live quite comfortably and
Good day.
enjoy some things that I never thought I'd be able to.
128.275. Pilatus Tango, Mike Oscar. Toronto Center, Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot, Tango Mike Oscar. Flight level 250.
Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot, Tango Mike Oscar. Toronto Center, radar contact. Continue to Delta Kilo Kilo.
And I apologize for the horrible ATC. Unfortunately, because I play on an Xbox, it means that I don't have really any other option for ATC. Actually, there is one other option that I have been looking at, and it's an app on your phone that interacts with your SimBrief profile for anything that you file, and then will give you a more real world feeling ATC. But I've yet to try it out. I've seen some stuff. My thing is, if I were to do that, I want to make sure the audio can be heard on like a stream like this. I just haven't figured out how to make that happen. Could just be picked up by my mic and played through audio like that. Just don't know what kind of audio quality that would be.
Latest Tango Mike Oscar contact Cleveland Center on 132.4. Good day.
132.4. Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar. Cleveland Center, Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot, Tango Mike Oscar. Flight level 250. Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot, Tango Mike Oscar. Cleveland Center, radar contact. Continue to Delta Kilo Kilo. Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar contact Cleveland Center on 125.2. Good day.
That sucks. Yeah, it seems like a lot of local airfields seem to get shut down.
Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar.
I've got
Cleveland Center,
I'm up in Canada, just outside of Vancouver, so there's actually a number of
Charlie Foxtrot, Tango Mike Oscar. Cleveland Center, radar contact. Continue to Delta Kilo Kilo.
there's a good number of general aviation airports close by, as well as bigger ones. We've got obviously Vancouver International, you've got Abbotsford International, and then there's Delta. What is that one? I usually fly to Pitt Meadows. There's Langley Airport. Yeah, there's lots of GA stuff out here. Apparently, I'm told what is it? Why can't I remember it right now?
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway 2 tree approach via Trava transition. Clear to Trava.
Clear to Trava.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway 2 tree approach via Trava transition. Clear to Trava. Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar. Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar. Contact Buffalo Tower on 120.5 when inbound on the approach. Tower on 120.5. Pilatus Tango, Mike Oscar.
Here we should hit our top of descent. Here comes the marker. There we go. 5530 is what we're coming down to. Yeah, I know I know a lot of airports in the US suffer with that. You know, those airports are made in areas that, it makes sense to have an airport. Far enough away from the population that it doesn't bother anybody, but close enough that people can get to it. But then as the city grows, more and more people move closer, then they start complaining that, oh, there's noise and everything else. And I find it humorous because, I mean, if you move next to train tracks, you can't really complain about the noise of the train, right? But turns out, I guess you can. But, such is life, I guess. Or 2,000 feet a minute descent. Now, was it 20,000? 21,000 feet, basically. Want to be crossing that. And then Trava, we got to go at or above 4,000. Clump 2187. There we go. People are funny. Yeah. World's a strange place. I've never understood much of it. Personally, I would love to live at an airport. My dream would be to do one of those like air park type homes where you've got your own hangar kind of off the back of your house and you can taxi up to the runway and fly. I think the ideal aircraft for what I do, because it's not like I do transcontinental flying or anything like that, and cost wise I think it would make the most sense for something like a PC-12 where within Canada, you got lots of shorter runways that you can get into. You've got a lot of grass or dirt strips that are well maintained, but it's expensive to land on those with something that isn't designed to be used in that way. Yeah, so I think it would be very cool to have something like a PC-12. Now, if money were no object, a PC-24 would be amazing. You can get into almost all the same runways and everything else, but you've got a business jet to do it in. So you got a bit more speed. I've got my mother-in-law lives in Palm Springs, or she has a place in Palm Springs that we oftentimes will visit in the springtime with the kids, go for spring vacation. But we'll see. I don't think that's going to happen this year, given the current political climate. Unfortunately, is not awesome between Canada and the U.S. So we'll probably just stay around, find something to do a bit more locally. Never quite understood the VSD display. That's okay. I don't really want to see it anyway. So when you're flying in the sim, you say you've done mostly Cub and 172. Are you doing stuff like the career modes and what have you?
Buffalo Tower, Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot Tango Mike Oscar, 16 miles southwest. Inbound ILS runway, 2-tree approach.
Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot Tango Mike Oscar, Buffalo Tower. Altimeter 3014. Cleared ILS runway 2-tree approach.
And there we are. Circle around to land. I thought I did that.
ILS runway, 2-tree approach. Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar.
Yeah, the career mode stuff is good, except when you hit the bugs. When I first started with the career mode stuff, it was yeah. Let's get back to FMS speed here. It was really, really buggy. I remember flying in, doing some PC-12 medical missions, picking up, people recovering from heart attacks and what have you. And the oxygen system wasn't working in the aircraft, so above 12,000 feet, suddenly you're getting notifications that basically you've got no oxygen. That's not usually a good sign. And then I had other ones where it wanted me to park in behind buildings that you had to go between the buildings, and they were too close together, so that if you tried to go between them, you hit the aircraft and failed the mission. Yeah, there's a bunch of interesting issues. So I haven't really spent a lot of time in the career mode since first trying it out effectively. I think, what's our initial approach fix? Trava is our initial approach fix at 4,000. So let's do. Perfect. I enjoy the flying, though. I wish that there was maybe a means to select a difficulty setting, or kind of like a starting point. As much as flying a 172 can be enjoyable, I've done enough of it. I prefer something a little nicer. I'd love to do stuff in a PC-12 or the TBMs, or I love turboprops. I think they're probably one of the greatest aircrafts out there. You get some pretty good speed, and you get some great range, fuel efficiency. You can fly higher and faster. But also where I live, there's a lot of guys that have bush planes and big fat tires, and they're out there landing on sandbars and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, it's pretty cool to watch those guys. That's what I do there. Course range, all that doesn't matter. Cool. All right. Well, we should probably Get slowed up here. Manual. What do we got? Send those. 153. Go. And get slowed up here. Speed brakes extended. Let's get our landing gear down.
Overspeed, 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 overspeed.
Only by a little. 8, 15. Usually a bad thing to do in a turn, but we'll survive it. Maybe. Guess we'll see. And we can get our approach mode entered here. FMS. Speeds down. I'll get that all throttle back in there. And yeah, I've already got clearance. Three green, flaps 15. We'll go to 33 in a second. Normal before landing. Altimeter set. Landing and taxi lights. We should probably get those guys on. Why not? Gear is down. Speed brake is armed. Checklist complete. And I've got the localizer. We should capture that glide slope momentarily. Yes, indeed. I will need it. I do not spend a lot of time flying this particular aircraft, so trying to ensure that I am following the procedures. We're looking good. If you ever use a Turtle Beach yoke and throttle quadrant, one thing you should check before you land: always give the trim wheel a little wiggle. So as you saw there, that is me just slightly bumping it. The reason why I do that is because if I need to suddenly change pitch trim and I use that wheel after the autopilot is disengaged, it will throw me into the ground. It's not nearly as much fun as it seems. Last stage of flaps. I'm just going to trim down a little more. VREF for 102. Go around 105. And we should be capturing that glide slope momentarily.
Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar, wind 211 at 8, cleared to land runway 2 tree.
Cleared to land runway 2 tree. Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar.
There we go. We got the glide slope. A little bumpy around there. 14 knot headwind, 7 knot cross. Whoa, 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 whoa. Where's it going? I'm not sure what it's doing there. Alright. I think I can handle this one. Yaw dampener. Auto throttle off. There's that trim wheel. Get the nose up. There we go. Very unstabilized approach. We can save it though.
Stall.
Alright. To red, to white. We're doing alright.
500.
Bit steep.
Minimums.
300 feet.
Stall. Minimums. Minimums. Stall. Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain ahead.
Gotta love
Pull
toss.
Up. Terrain ahead. Pull up.
We're gonna
Terrain
float a little
ahead.
bit on this one, I
Pull
believe. That's alright.
Up.
How's that idle?
Stall. 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 Stall.
Coming in just like I used to land Cessnas,
Stall.
except way off the center line.
Stall.
Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar, contact ground.
That's
on
one way
122
not to do
decimal
it.
2.
Buffalo Tower, Piedmont 5866 at runway 2 tree, ready for departure. IFR to Philadelphia.
Piedmont 5866, altimeter 3008, cleared for takeoff runway 2 tree.
Yeah, just still left. There'd be a large repair bill for that one.
Cleared for takeoff runway 2 tree, Piedmont 5866.
Let's get some parking.
Buffalo
on this.
ground. Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot Tango Mike Oscar. Request taxi to parking.
Pilatus Charlie Foxtrot Tango Mike Oscar, taxi to gate 1-2 using taxiway Alpha.
Interesting. Except I have no idea where that would be.
Pilatus Tango Mike Oscar, did you hear my last transmission?
Sure, I heard you.
Taxiing to gate 1-2 using taxiway Alpha. The latest Tango Mike Oscar.
Well, we can try this. Let's go to airports. I do wish it would allow you to center on the aircraft while on taxiways, but apron. You know what? I think we're just gonna go with some apron parking over here. 'Cause why not? I think I plan on doing a little more flying in the PC-24, so I need to brush up on what it takes to actually make this thing work, because as much as we would have lived through that landing, it would have been pretty rough. Alright, we're parked up, and I just realized one of my throttles decided not to work. My left throttle failed on me on the ground. Alright, well, it is going to be a very expensive trip around the world if I keep doing that. Parking brake is on, speed brakes are retracted, flaps are up, landing and taxi lights can go off. That's over here. And engine master switches can both go to off. Oops. Go back up there. Right, left. Seatbelts, no smoking can go off. Generators can come off. Strobes, beacon, nav, wing lights. Battery 1, battery 2. And we are here. We've made it. Leg 1 complete. Thanks for joining me. My wife stand-in in Sim. And let's hop on outside here. There it is. Never quite wants to work for me. Again, with being on console. No chocks. Come on, you can do it. Pitot covers? Nope. That's alright. Well, the plane's still in one piece. I probably need some new tires. And, looks like it's built up some grime here. Makes more fun flying. Well, thanks for joining in and chatting along. I do appreciate the company. It's always nice to have someone to keep you company there. If you're doing any flights on here, I'll be sure to follow you back and can check out some of your stuff. Maybe some Alaskan bush flying, or maybe it'll be crazy and I'll try to join in. I'm not great with bush planes. Tail draggers in the sim, I like to plant the nose in the ground, it seems. But thanks for joining along, and we'll definitely catch you if you're on later. All right, man. Have a good night. Ciao.